It's Elliot with Yo Elliot. You've got strength questions, and I've got your answers. Yo Elliot. Today we've got a question about throwing strength and power from this short thrower. Check it out.
Yo Elliot, my strength question is what type of exercises are going to give you the best results for the track and field events, the throwing events, the discus, hammer, and shot? Like what type of exercises are going to give me the most leg strength and explosiveness for those particular, like the core exercises too? Just a little background information on me. I'm 5'9", about 200 pounds. Pretty decently strong. I benched about 370 on max. I maxed out 440 on squat, power clean 280. So I have pretty decent strength, but I'm a little short for for the throwing events. Usually people are taller, but whatever. So yeah, that's just what I want to know, like what type of exercises are going to best give me the the best results for that, because I know the technique is the most important, but as far as power and strength goes, I'd like to know like what exercises are the best for those, and like I don't know, nutrition plan or something, like what should I eat, to get mass or strong, the strongest, because I know you already answered it, but just throwing that in there. Anyway, thanks for listening to my question, and hopefully it gets answered.
Well, my friend, the very first thing is thank you for your video question. Now, you seem to already have an understanding about the foundation of power, which is strength. You mentioned that you are quite a heavy lifter. Now what you've got to be able to do as a power athlete is to translate all that maximal effort strength into throwing speed, or jumping speed, or triple extension speed, as well as the mobility that's associated with extending your arm when you do your shot put. So a few suggestions. Obviously throw a lot and work on your skill in your sport. There's a triangle that I like to describe sometimes when I'm teaching people about sports performance. At the bottom you've got your flexibility, mobility, stability, and strength. But way up at the top you've got your sports performance. You've got the thing that you actually have to do to improve in your sport. And although you have a foundation, what you're probably going to need to do is spend more time at the top of the pyramid, which is improving your sports skills. Now, in between that foundation and the specific skills for your sport are the strength qualities that are more specific to the activities that you're going to be doing in your sport. For you, you don't really need to be a sprinter, so we wouldn't do anything of that nature. You don't really need to have incredible relative body strength, so we don't need to worry about that. You don't need to build muscle, so we don't need to worry about that. What you need is power, and power essentially is speed. I don't remember the equation. Forgive me. I'll probably post it up here somewhere so you can see it. Essentially means you've got to add speed to your strength. So my suggestion is, number one, with regard to your development of power, add more jumping into your program. Box jumps, vertical jumps, broad jumps, hurdle jumps, single leg jumps, just lots of explosive movements. And you can even do them with a weighted vest as you progress, or you could do sort of a concurrent program where you do a lot of like body weight jumping and also include like triple extension under a weighted condition. So you'd be wearing like a weight vest, or you'd be holding a sandbag, or you'd be doing Olympic lifts. Olympic lifts are going to be a great choice for you. Now, I also mentioned mobility. Because your sport requires that you triple extend, and I'm thinking more in terms of the shot put, only because I've thrown shot puts before. You're going to really have to come out of this position, extend fully. You're going to have to make sure that your biceps, pec minor, and lats are supple. They're long enough to allow for full extension up top. A lot of times what happens, especially with shorter, stockier guys like yourself and me, our biceps get tight, pec minor gets tight, and lats get tight just because we're sort of bulky. So make sure you stretch those out. I've showed you videos before where you can stretch your bicep, pec minor, and stretching your lats means grabbing up on a pole, leaning down, and stretching your armpits. Also, you're going to need to be able to extend at your hips, knees, and ankles in an explosive fashion. Short, bulky dudes like yourself and I tend to have tight hip flexors. We've got really strong legs. That's just an assumption, but I'm assuming you've got really strong, powerful legs. But if your core isn't as strong as it should be, and a lot of times, for the majority of us, it isn't, especially deep down the wall, then your hip flexors are probably taking over and forcing you into an anterior pelvic tilt, like we've spoken before, which would disallow full extension at the hips. So, stretch your hip flexors, foam roll your quads, foam roll your IT bands, do McKenzie press-ups. You can Google that and see pictures and videos of that. And that would allow, again, the hip extension at the extension at the hip, extension at the shoulder, elbow, and that's it. So, increase power, increase flexibility. Try those things that I just described. Keep getting stronger. I know you mentioned that you were able to deadlift or bench press or squat a lot of weight. Keep getting stronger in those. Just add these things that I described. Jumps under weight or triple extension under weight, body weight, explosive moves, and flexibility. I'm talking too much. Thanks for your video question. You guys keep sending me video questions. I'll crank these out. I'm running close to the end of my 30-day run. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll come back with something real cool for you guys. Talk to you next time. Yo, Elliot.